Hey Connie, it's great to see you on here. I'm going to let you go first with your introduction to all our lovely listeners.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited for the training. My name is Connie Eberhart. I'm a sex and intimacy coach, also certified in the erotic blueprints. But the foundation of the work that I do is really hands-on. Like that's the core of getting into people's bodies and embodied learning. So when I saw the training that you were doing, Ailsa, I lit up. The myofascial unwinding, and then I looked at your website, all the wonderful things you do, and so I'm still even learning more about what you bring, and there's so much on your website. I'm just like excited for it all.
Yeah,
So
great.
for the training, yeah, if you like, what do you see the training? What's this training going to involve and include?
Yeah, well, like you said, my name's Ailsa Keppie. If you want to check out the website that Connie's talking about, it's www.pleasureforhealth.com. And if you look under trainings and coaching, you'll find my different courses there. But mostly I was really drawn, once I'd studied somatic sex education, which is similar to your background as well, using the hands-on techniques to work with people to embody their sexuality, to just be able to feel in general. Once I studied that, I realized that my, history of years and years of body work background, I'm a massage therapist in Canada, have been for over a decade, and specializing in this myofascial release, which is based on the work of John F. Barnes in the States. It's a very gentle technique, and the way that I find that it kind of mixes with sexological bodywork or somatic sex education or consent work even, is that, you're meeting another body and you're not bringing an intention, you're not bringing your own goals. Like, in massage, we kind of go, okay, we're trying to fix this piece of your body. Mm-hmm. And with somatic sex education, it was lovely to have that, oh, I'm not trying to fix you, I'm just trying to meet you. We're trying to, bring my own self and my energy to your self and your energy and see what would like to happen. And with an overall intention of healing, or just an overall intention of bringing positive energy to that person's body, whole different things can open up. You can give the person just that little nudge into, and again, you're not pushing, but just kind of saying, hey, would you like to explore this, whether it's trauma or whether it's scar tissue, or whether it's some kind of tension in the body. You're kind of it's an invitation, as if you were meeting someone at a party, or we're meeting each other online, and it's like an invitation, like, hey, I'm here, what could we, work together on? So that for me was like the magic key that fit together somatic sex education and myofascial release. And just having other students in the program wanting to learn more about this type of body work, I just started creating courses, and people kept asking for more courses. So I'm excited to kind of see where this goes. So yeah, when you asked me to come and discuss having a whole week, a retreat in San Diego, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get the whole community together. Let's bring people to have an experience. For me, that's really important. Have an experience of transformation. And I know you could speak to that more, maybe that kind of transformational experience that people get from coming together in a retreat style kind of setting.
Yeah, a number of the trainings I've been doing, and even co-hosting, have been a lot of us staying together in an Airbnb, which is even different than a hotel, because it's a tight-knit family that we eat together, we hang out together in between, and we really just retreat. And because this is more an advanced training, the people that attend these are already doing amazing work. Like none of us are really new in this profession in hands and body work, but we're bringing in new skills. So what we can learn from each other is it's a really great way of learning. And like I said, even just eating together and being and this is a beautiful location that I found too, so I'm really excited about that. I'm glad you said yes.
Yes, Connie's found a great place, and yeah, I think that importance of not like, I know I live on the east coast of Canada, and it's quite isolating to work in this kind of field
Mm.
sometimes. I mean, depending, LA and, you know, Southern California, maybe not so much, but we can get really isolated working on our own with our clients. And I think it's really important to be re-inspired, be reawakened our own self, be having body work on our own bodies, and,
Yes, that
you know,
too.
be having the opportunity, like you said, to have all these experienced and, you know, and if you're not experienced, it's not a don't come, but it's an openness to explore, I think, is what we're going for. If you are called to this work and you're open to exploring and you've got a little bit of a background, I think it's an amazing opportunity to, like you said, learn from each other, having a common thing to practice, a common goal. Though, you know, I usually work in lots of integration pieces, so you have a chance to, you know, maybe there's blocks that are coming up for you in your own work. I don't know if you find that. I find this fairly regularly. I kind of attract clients that have similar issues that I might have or have had in the past. And so, you know, you bump up against your own edges a lot in this work. And as we know, it's so important to get support, to have ways of working through this, and a safe community, a family to kind of work on this kind of thing with. So for me, that was the opportunity with this type of retreat as well.
Who would you say this is for? So it's not just experienced body workers, and do they have to be in the field of sexuality, or is that going to be something that we're addressing a lot? Or
So here's what I would say is that, you know, if you have started the program in sexological bodywork or somatic sex education, it's not a bad idea to get the bodywork piece near the, you know, in the first half of your training, so that you're not stumbling along feeling insecure about touching people later on. So I often recommend doing the bodywork training near the beginning of your training. But, you know, for those of us that have been in the field for a while, or, you know, if you're already practicing, you know, this can definitely enhance your skills, can bring out, you know, things that you've not seen before. I absolutely can promise you there's things you haven't seen before, and that we'll have an opportunity to do 2 or 3 person unwindings, to have like a couple people working on you at once, to, you know, traction, you know, in different ways. And there'll be choice. Obviously, you know, we can't work in this field without the choice of, you know, do you want to do this particular technique? Do you want to watch other people doing this particular technique? Do you want to do something on your own body? Do you want to have someone else working on you? So I think there's a lot of range for, you know, people of different abilities and different intentions to work in the group. The only thing that I would say is that, you know, we are, like you said, going to be living together for a week. And so having an openness to being flexible within a group is probably important.
yeah, so we get to move in on Thursday. What's the date?
August
August.
6th,
Which
I
is it?
think. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. So, and people can come for dinner, but the official kind of overview and hello is that evening, like from 7 to 10. And then kind of the bulk of the content starts Friday. It goes into Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then that first class ends Sunday right before dinner. And then begins kind of the overview of what begins on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Correct?
Yeah, so to break it up, you know, I highly recommend coming for the week if you're coming, but there
Yeah.
will be an option to kind of do the 3 days. So the first 3 days, like you said, will be an introductory kind of, you know, different ways of touching, different exercises for touch with a partner, with yourself in a group. And with the myofascial release, getting the feel of that can take a little bit of time. And then we're going to do some unwinding in the second and third day. That's super fun and really gets you into feeling your body. And you're going to be all nice and juiced up for the second half of the week, which is, you know, really my signature program right now. It's called Sacred Spaces. And I will be sharing some writing I've done about this. But basically, to me, it's linking the voice and our sexuality through the jaw, like physically the jaw, spine down to our pelvis. So there'll be myofascial techniques that work two people on either end. Imagine that. And work, there'll be internal things taught. Again, you have a choice about whether you do that. I've been exploring some techniques for different genders. A lot of the work out there is mostly for female bodies with vulvas, and the internal work is often taught as pelvic de-armoring for women. And I've been working on some techniques for the scrotum, for the penis, for scar tissue if you've had other surgeries and are of other genders. So don't let that kind of put you off. It is for everyone. And I think there'll be techniques there to kind of integrate all of that. And the other piece really is that, it's one thing to work on the genitals, but our pelvis and our genitals are connected to the rest of our body. And so we don't want to forget about how to work with that. And the reason that I recommend coming to the whole week is so that you get that whole body introduction. And then when we work on more, internal stuff or work specific areas, that you have this kind of overview, and that if it goes into another area of the body, you don't freeze up and go, oh my God, what do I do? You have a sense of taking that work from, maybe it's internal to external, to head, to feet, to wherever it goes, and you have a sense to follow that. So yeah, so that's kind of how the week will go. And I think that we will mostly keep it to the daytime, because you'll need some downtime just to let all this stuff process. And like I said, for a lot of people, it can be a lot of body work. So, I do have ways of working in larger groups, ways of integrating that you're not always having to be touched all day. So this is also something that we can work with.
Great. So if they want to learn more about your work, what is your website again?
So my website again is www.pleasureforhealth, that's all small letters, .com. And you can find my trainings on there, and I will be, I think, adding this particular training on there as well fairly soon, as soon as I can. But definitely reach out. I'm on Facebook. There's a Pleasure for Health page. Connie's on Facebook. And do you want your email or website is?
Yeah, my website is embodipleasure.org, EMBODY pleasure.org. And my email is Connie@embodipleasure.org. And I don't really do a lot on Facebook. You can find me on there, but my work is pretty much just in person, hands-on. That's why I want this training.
She's a hands-on lady, not online. So that's great. Yeah, so I love how we both have pleasure in our websites.
Yes.
So there's definitely a match there somewhere. So is there anything else that you think we should let everyone know?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm just excited. We just wanted to come on and, introduce ourselves and show the excitement. We're both really inspired to do this, and hopefully it's the beginning of many more collaborations. And so, reach out to Connie at embodipleasure.org, or me, Ailsa Keppie at gmail.com, or pleasureforhealth.com as well. And we'll be posting lots of stuff on, I will anyway, on Facebook. I use Facebook a lot in different groups. And if you have any questions, please reach out.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Yay.
Thanks, Ailsa.